Welcome to all you Pisceans. Welcome for your monthly forecast in general for the sign of Pisces for December 2015. And the first 2 weeks of the month, especially the first, let's say 11, 12 days of the month, is a bit more of a challenging time. But afterwards, it's a bit more gentle energy for all of us. The most important though of this month, of the month of December, is asserting yourself in a bit of an unusual way, and some kind of a breakthrough when it comes to our drive and our energy. Now, why do I say that? Because that's one of the most important aspects actually that is going on. The Mars is in Libra, and Mars is going to hit Pluto and Uranus. Now, that happens every 2 years, in Libra. But why is it so very important now? Because we had an eclipse there in September, the very end of September. Was it the 28th? I think so. There was an eclipse in Aries. And after that eclipse in Aries, so in Aries, Libra, and these are the signs of me versus you. These are the signs of individuality versus I want to connect. And we had a follow-up of all different aspects throughout the last months. Like in October, there was then the new moon in Libra on the 12th. There was also Mercury, the planet of information thinking, finding the truth with aspecting Pluto and Uranus. Then there was Venus also aspecting Pluto and Uranus, finding out the truth about love, you could say, and about what you value in a broader sense. But now it's Mars. It's your drive that is going to hit that same point. For you Pisceans, it happens to the axis of the 8 towards the second house. So Mars is in your 8th house. And that is a very deep transit in itself, Mars going through the 8th house. Because your drive, your push towards achieving things, initiating things, is a bit more hidden there. It's a bit more behind the scenes, behind the surface. And it goes very, very deep. So having a Mars there, a challenging Mars that is, because it's going to be challenged. It's not only challenging because it's in Libra, but it's very challenging because it's aspecting the Pluto and the Uranus, which is all about, hey, I don't want things to be hidden. I want things to be open. I want things to break through. I want to assert myself in a way that I like it. I want to do it in an alternative way, which maybe not all of the most people will like. But that's the Mars opposite Uranus squaring up to Pluto. So this is about, it's 1 before 12. We all have areas in our life when we build up. We're building up. And with the building up, I mean, we're not asserting ourselves in a good way. We just build up, suppress, especially with the Pluto in a square to Mars. We'll bring all the suppression to the surface. And that will be, hang on. That will be, with Pluto, that will be around the 8th. And then, so from the 8th up until the 13th, 14th of the month is a bit of a... Things come to the surface and need to be known, you could say. And especially also with Mars opposing Uranus, there is, of course, this is a stressful aspect, but there is opportunity there. Too, when you say, yes, I've been hiding these things, I've been, accumulating, and actually I have to stand out for myself, but it's not working. Around that time, things will come to the surface. So, and of course, the better you are aware of it, that there are things that you need to face, the easier it will go. And it's there to free you up. It's there to get you out of a rut. That's Mars opposite Uranus. It's there to break through. Now, for you Pisces, it's in that 8th house. So there can be different levels. On a very basic level, it's about money. It's about resources that you share with a significant other, you could say. It can be very simple, that there has been a building up, that there has been some challenges there. And around that time, things become clear. maybe money that you that was owed to you, you get it back, or maybe you invested or whatever. There was a little bit of a process of things didn't go very easy, and now it's there. And although it was a bit stressful, you can go on now. So it can be that on a very basic level that you will have to work hard to apply that money that you share. But on other levels, it's very psychological. It can be very deep. It can be the 8th house is the house of Scorpio. It's the house of intimacy. It's the house of I want to go deep there. So the desire nature heightens, you could say. Although it is in Libra, which is not really a sign of the desire, but the 8th house is. So whatever your context is, say for instance you are single, you just met someone with Mars in the 8th, you really want to know this person, you know, body, mind and soul. You really want to go deep, you really want to go through that fear barrier of I'm going to be naked here, and I mean not literally, but you know what I mean. I'm going to show my vulnerabilities here. So it has to do with trust as well, you know, Mars there, maybe there is a trust issue with someone, or you're going through that fear barrier and you see that you can trust this person, or just the other way around. So trust issues can come up, and because of that you dig very deep and you know yourself better than ever. What else? Another level is, I think it's very transformative energy. So whatever it is, there will be a bit of fear going on, to say the least, but it doesn't have to be very big. You know, the 8th house is also the house of imaginative fears. So maybe you have all imagined some fear about maybe someone that, a business partner, for instance, that you're working with, and you had a lot of fear and you distrusted him or her. And all of a sudden, everything comes to the surface and you say, my goodness, it was me. I was undermining myself. Or the other way around. The person, you know, things come up around that time, especially with the Pluto and Uranus. So maybe you can think, yes, I had that feeling, you know, Pisces do have that intuition. I had that feeling it was not working out. He was not really, or she was not really 100% okay. And it turns out that you were right. So depending on that context. So for you, it's a very deep month, especially the first 2 weeks. And it's a month where you really will stand up for your desires. Absolutely. Whatever they are. Maybe, and again, the 8th house, it's people are not going to see that. So maybe you are strategically trying to make a difference when it comes to work even, or a significant relationship, and all of a sudden things come up and off you go. So, but this is the more difficult transit that is going on, the more challenging one. And there is a fixed star as well involved here around when Mars hits Uranus and all of that. And that is the fixed star Kras, K-R-A-Z, I think. And that is also a fixed star that has the same, that is very passionate, and that is very... how would I say, its intention is very focused. It's like the Mars-Saturn energy, you could say. So it's very focused energy. So focused on something that with big integrity, you could say, and trying to find out the truth about that. This is about the truth, you know. Every time when Pluto and Uranus comes along, it's about the truth revealing itself. So what else is going on? So that's the challenging one, but there's also something very easy going on, and that's Venus. Venus is making, and especially for you, it's fantastic because it's in Scorpio. It's a fellow water sign, and it's in the 9th house. It's a very nice house, the 9th house. And Venus is trining Neptune, it's sextiling Pluto, it's sextiling Jupiter. So whilst Mars, our drive, our intention, is going through a bit of a challenge there, Venus is making fantastic aspects. So this shows that for all of us, there is love, and there is value, and there is nice, flowing, enjoyable energy going on. So for you, it's in the 9th house. On a very basic level, go to a foreign country. If you can, visit a museum or something, you know, the 9th house. What else could that be? When you are single, for instance, and you want to meet someone, go travel. Out of the ordinary, especially with the Venus sextiling Jupiter, sextiling Pluto, and trining Neptune. There can be a beautiful romance there that is very solid, especially with the Venus sextile Pluto. So you could meet someone. And it's very deep because it's in Scorpio. On another level, it can mean that maybe you are studying and maybe you are investigating something, and philosophy, astrology, whatever, maybe even law. But the Venus there, maybe for those of you who have, how do you say that, a law thing going on, this can be very good because Venus smooth things out, and it's in Scorpio. It's very deep. The integrity is very high. The commitment is very high, but it's all very gentle with all these nice aspects. So it could be that this eases up, and on another level, when you're studying, it can mean that you're really enjoying this by going so deep. And on the highest level, you could say you can feel very much supported by the divine, supported by God. So the connection that you have, even if you don't believe in God, with the universe, then that connection is very deep, and it's a very gentle, positive, deep connection that can be made here throughout the month, actually. So this is nice, especially when stressful aspects are going on. If you've got that good connection, like if you feel that you are taken care of, in a way, you could say, and in a Scorpionic kind of way. So like, I give my own problems, you could say, or I talk about my problems to something or not to something, but someone that is higher than me. There is this kind of, you transcend this, you know, that's the combination of the Scorpio and the 9th house. So this is very good energy for you. And you know, or who know, an asteroid again is connecting with the Venus. So again, emphasizing that commitment, fairness is emphasized here. Last but not least, I want to mention something about the new moon in Sagittarius, which is your 10th house. It's on the 11th, but again, it's around that time when that stressful aspect of Mars is going on. The new moon makes good aspects to that Mars and Uranus, and that shows that work and your part is also emphasized here. There is like a new beginning when it comes to work and when it comes to your path in life, you could say, with the new moon there. So a lot of Pisces will end a job and start with a new one. That has to do with the fact that the Saturn-Neptune square went on last month. It went exact. So Saturn being very realistic, Neptune being very idealistic, and all the mutable signs like you, Pisceans, need to integrate both energies. So you can't just go for the Saturn and saying, okay, I have my boundaries here at work and I do what I need to do and responsible. Yeah, no, you also need to integrate Neptune, which is your vision, which is your ideals. And that can cause some problems and sometimes not knowing where you're heading at. And this is a good clue with the new moon there in the 10th house, that you will know a little bit more where you're heading at. Maybe not fully 100%, but it's a beginning. So having said that, I wish you all the best, you dear Pisceans. Thank you for watching. If you want a reading, get in touch, and have a good time. Have a good time during the month of December. Bye-bye.